antagonist, protagonist, running with the scavengers. None of y'all would be ready for dramatic savageness. I took a break.
Welcome back to the Every Waking Moment podcast. Last time we spoke, we talked about graduations, so this is kind of same kind of vibe here. This is the things that we will miss because the girls are in their 20s. They're no longer in the school districts, so these are the things that we will miss about the school districts, and things that we might not miss about the school districts. And everybody, I'm sure, has a list of their own in their head about the things that they liked and didn't like. So we're going to start with the early elementary school. We could just give a quick shout out to the Catholic school down the road that both kids went to. Avery went to for preschool, Miranda went to for kindergarten, and other than the principal being an embezzler, it was a good time. It was a good time. They had an awesome teacher. They made a lot of friends. We're thankful for that school. So I don't have anything bad to say about it except for the embezzling principal. It was. So do you agree? And nothing really bad about that school?
No, that was adorable.
Yeah, that was good.
We did pay tuition. This was before kindergarten was state law.
Yeah, so we had to pay tuition for that. So
yeah, and we had to find our own
that
ride.
kind of sucked.
Yep.
But so fast forward to the elementary school. Now, in the elementary school in this town is about born. It was built in the 40s. That part of the school is not used anymore because the school sits on an underground river. And you might say to yourself, what the hell's an underground river? And I don't know how many states have this, but in our state, in our town, there's many underground rivers. And they go towards the big river, which we have the Merrimack River that goes through the middle of New Hampshire. And my mom's house is actually on an underground river, but her neighbor's house was not. So it was every year in the spring, our house would flood if you didn't have the sump pumps going. But my neighbor, dry as a bone. So the school happened to be on an underground river. So that part of the school they don't use anymore because it's perpetually humid and mold growing.
Asbestos?
And they don't use it. They might even have some asbestos.
It's actually like closed off.
It is.
So it looks like the entrance of the building, but I think, isn't it as many as 4 classrooms?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So
they had to use portables for other classrooms. Yeah. They're in the parking lot.
So when I moved here in 85, that school was the only school in town, and it was first grade to 8th grade. My sister ended up going there for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, or 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, or whatever. And I aged out of that, so I never went to that school. So the school had been around for a long time, and I think it had the same principal for a long, long time. Was kind of a family friend, so he was cool. We liked him. Miranda went there first, did first grade. Avery went to kindergarten a couple years later, and the portables that we talked about.
And it went up to 4th grade.
Went up to 4th grade. So things I liked about that was just the fact that getting them into school and starting to meeting the other parents, and the girls are making different friends than they made, because some of the kids didn't leave the Catholic school. The Catholic school was preschool to 8th grade, so some of the kids stayed there. So not all of their friends transitioned to the elementary school in town, the public school. So it was kind of fun to meet new kids and new parents, and just being a part of the school system. We were Miranda was our firstborn, so we were all new to all of this. So it's kind of exciting, even though it was absolutely exhausting. I found it kind of cool and exciting to be a part of that.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I found it exciting that we didn't have to wear uniforms. Not easy when you have a couple uniforms you have to keep clean the week.
Yeah.
You can wear whatever you want. And they had really cute events. Mm-hmm. Some not so cute, but a lot of cute traditions.
Yes.
Let's talk about the band concerts.
Yep.
We went to a few band concerts, and sometimes Rob attended some band concerts our kids were in.
I went to a band concert that neither of my kid was in, and it took me about halfway through to realize that, wait a second, where's Avery?
You got a good
Miranda?
fee for that, too, with all your connections.
I went to the wrong concert, so that was fun. This took me,
Did we have phones then?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you were asking me where I was, and I was at work.
No, you were at school. I wasn't going to.
What are you doing? And you started to notice kids on the stage. that weren't in our girls'
But
class.
we knew from softball or whatever, and I'm like, hey, that's so and so. But
What's Ashley doing up there?
Yeah, she's a year older than Miranda. Where is Miranda? Where's Avery?
Where is everybody?
Yeah, so I went to a concert that neither kid was in.
You were just supporting all
Very
the
supportive.
elementary students.
Yeah, I like to think of myself as a supporter of education and the arts. So that's what we did.
Those were also the great years of the Scarecrow Jubilee. Isn't that fun?
That was worse for you than it was for me. I enjoyed bitching about it, but
Yeah, they had to
I
make
didn't really-
scarecrows.
so
They weren't really scarecrows. I don't even know if I ever saw.
You had to pick
hay.
a partner.
Did we see anything made of hay all
Very
those years?
rarely.
No.
So they had to pick a partner, which, could be good, could be bad, because there were kids that were left out, and they had to have
all the time.
they had to have
Yeah.
like a threesome. So they'd have to have 3 kids to do one project. So that was problematic as it was, but the scarecrows would range from something cute that your kid threw together to these elaborate NASA Kevlar, AI robots that obviously mom and dad made. And it
Some
was
of them
a contest.
talked and walked.
It was a
Yeah.
contest and took craps and yeah. So it was a contest. So if your kid made his or her own scarecrow, they weren't even going to get in the top 10. They weren't.
No,
No.
they were placed in like a little corner.
It's like, yay,
back
honorable
of the
mention.
gym. I
Here's your
think one
thing.
of our scarecrows, I think the panda,
The head fell off.
we made the pumpkin,
Yeah.
into a panda. And
Uh-huh.
she painted the pumpkin head and it fell.
Yes.
Then it became the headless panda. Should have won a prize for that.
Yeah, that's funny. That was good.
The dads did a good job every year making those scarecrows.
Not exactly. I mean, they never did anything about it. It's like everybody knew.
It is what it is. It was a little competitive.
It was just a pain in the ass. Complete
We
pain in the
had,
ass.
did we have lice 4 times in those years? Lots of sleepovers,
Yeah.
gymnastic mats, cheer. Yeah.
The
we
lice
had
is going to be
little
its
bit
own
of lice.
episode. But we had lice.
That's going to be a podcast.
That's
Oh,
gonna be
the
an episode,
elementary
yeah.
years.
Yes.
Mhm.
The lice.
And we had the best
The
school
lice
nurse.
episode. Yeah, that'll
I
be.
attended a wedding with the school nurse.
Yeah, we did.
We were quite close.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was terrific. She
She's
saw us a
awesome.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was one of the good things about elementary school was the nurse, who we saw a lot, who was super cool. Loved her. And it's one of the other things that I enjoyed about is that's when I kind of changed my work schedule. So I was able to be home during the day. So I was able to volunteer at the book fair or do it at the store.
Griffey store.
The Griffey store where they could come and buy stupid knickknacks and field day. But
Yeah,
you were able to do
I
field
took work
day.
off for that. Yep.
Yeah. So,
And I went to some of the. I tried to hit one class party a year. I
Mhm.
did a lot of baking during the school years.
Yeah. So we got to go to field day, and I got to go to a lot of things that were during the day. Me and a bunch of moms. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Made some friends there, Rob.
Oh yeah,
Mr.
ladies, big. Yeah.
Mom? Yeah.
It's just like Mr. Mom. They're like, hey. They
Yeah.
didn't have any parties at my house though. I mean, that went all overboard in the Mr. Mom.
Hmm.
They had parties at his house. They had like Tupperware parties.
I thought they were watching a soap opera together. You're not really a soapy kind of guy.
No.
Ooh, I got one.
I wanted to sleep too. So.
Because every parent experiences this in elementary school. First experience with bullying.
Mhm.
I remember getting an email or phone call from the guidance department.
Mm.
I didn't even know it was happening. Our oldest, there were a few girls on the playground that had a new game on the playground. They played it for several weeks,
Mhm.
and really it was just like jail.
Yes.
So if they caught you, it wasn't like tag. You actually had to go to the jail
You had to
under
stay-
the monkey bar,
Yeah,
like
and you were there
apparatus.
for the whole recess.
You had to stay under there, and most girls were like, "Yeah,
Screw you! I'm not
right,"
doing it.
and would leave the jail. But our girl does what people say,
She's a rule
and she would
follower.
stay the whole recess in the jail.
Yeah.
And the guidance counselor called us in to let us know, and that everything would be okay.
I think I was more surprised that elementary school had a guidance counselor. But it didn't
Yeah,
happen
and
where
then
I
those
not where I
playground
grew up.
bullies found other things to bully about.
Yeah. But then there's Avery breaking her arm.
Oh, that was mittens on the monkey bars.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember you guys went to the
Oh, this was
immediate care without me.
This
I didn't
was
even know.
Dad, all-star dad. I mean, you can't do this nowadays. This is before COVID, when you could actually get into a doctor's office. So she fell from the monkey bars. He got called. She went back to class. She went back to the nurse because she's like, it really hurts. And the nurse said, I think it's broken. Called me. So I picked her up at the school. I took her to immediate care. She was checked out. They did x-rays. They said it's broken. You need to see what's that kind of doctor that does the
Orthopedic?
You need an orthopedic. They called. They got an appointment. I got her over there, and I got her in a cast, all in 3 hours.
Nice.
That was the most amazing feat as a father that anybody could ever accomplish. From picking her up with a broken bone, checked out, x-rays, orthopedic appointment, go to the appointment, another set of x-rays, boom, cast. 3 hours.
And because you didn't want to worry me, when did I find out?
When I was at the
Was the
orthopedic.
picture of the cast? The blue cast.
Orthopedic.
And then I know my kid has a broken bone.
Yeah. So that was and she won in the softball league that year. She couldn't play for like a half the year, and then she played the second half and won most improved player.
Yeah, she also had her first communion in that cast.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's first communion pictures with her in that cast. Yeah, I was very
Mittens on
proud.
the monkey bars.
She loved that. You know, don't wear the mittens on the monkey bars. So, I mean, the fact that she even wore mittens. I mean, if you had a son, it wouldn't. Lucky if he wears a shirt. So your girls are wearing mittens. So good for you. You've talked them into being smart and wearing appropriate clothing for the weather. So that was Griffin. That was 1 through 4th. I mean, pretty much, she had good teachers, she had bad teachers. I wouldn't say bad teachers. Well, one teacher sucked. We're not going to get into that.
She was ready to retire.
She sucked. So the middle school comes around, and like you said, it starts at 5th grade, and those students in 5th grade are in portable classrooms in the
more portables at the other school.
In the parking lot.
5 through 8 school had portables.
Right, and there were no bathrooms. They had bathrooms. The portables came with bathrooms, but they weren't hooked up to any kind of plumbing, so although there might have been a toilet in that room, there was not a bathroom. So if the kids had to go to the bathroom, they had to get a pass, and they had to walk across the parking lot to get into the school to go to the bathroom and to do the gym class or music class or lunch. So they tried to keep them away from the 8th graders, the bigger kids, but there was some interaction. So we didn't really have a problem with interaction with older kids as far as that goes. And that's when the girls were introduced to band. Mm-hmm. Yep, Avery was supposed to play. Miranda wanted to play the flute right away because a lot of her friends were playing the flute. So she played the flute. Avery wanted to play the trumpet. Remember? Yeah. But she couldn't make that noise.
That was fun in the kitchen.
She couldn't make that noise that you need to make. You couldn't get your lips to make that noise.
Those few months.
Yeah. So she couldn't make it, and we tried to get her to change to the drums, the percussion.
No, our band teacher.
We were told her, like,
actually,
no, she
our
can't.
oldest wanted to do drums, and the band teacher was like,
Really?
Yeah, I remember all this. And then the second daughter didn't have the mouth for the trumpet, and the band teacher said she should be doing percussions.
I remember it
the
other way around.
Our oldest would be a great flutist.
Yeah. You're like, well, she'll be way behind. It's kind of too late to change instruments. We're like, well, we're doing it.
No, but then she said our daughter needed to be busy.
Yes.
So let's give her 12 instruments to play up there.
So, that's when she was introduced to
drums.
Band
for 4 years.
And what? 6th, 7th, 8th, and then 7, 8, 9 years later, she's at the #1 college in the United States. How's that for percussion?
For music.
Yeah. So that's where they found their love of music.
Podcast too.
Yeah, everything's a podcast.
Talk about our artists and our musicians.
So that was middle school. So what we enjoyed about that is they learned to their love of music. We had friends of ours that were teachers there, so that was good to have because whenever they went on
Yeah,
like
people we grew up with. Yeah.
one of those big field trips, like the Nature's Classroom, where
Yeah,
they
you knew
spent a
your
few
kid was
days,
safe. Yeah.
or DC, the DC trip, you knew your kid was safe because you had personal family friends that were there.
You got special photos.
Yeah, they
sometimes.
took pictures of them and
Because they
checked
weren't
on
allowed
them.
to bring cell phones.
No, they weren't. Oh, and
No.
so that speaking of the cell phones, that's one of the things that we didn't like about the middle school was the administration there at the time, not great, and the communication with the parents, not great, not great at all. So we didn't really want to give Miranda a cell phone that early,
Yeah,
probably
we didn't
sixth
want- We
grade.
were trying to stay away from the tech stuff.
But it came to be necessary because she would miss the bus because they would not communicate that like she did cross country. They would not communicate that cross country was canceled. So by the time she found out, the bus was gone. So I mean, I was home anyway. I could go pick her up, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But there were times when it's like she'd be calling. She'd have to stand in line at the office and call from a landline phone to say, "Dad, can you come get me?" And that was garbage. That the communication was garbage.
Or they'd put your kids on a bus.
There was a late bus.
And you didn't, and it wouldn't drop them off at their bus stop.
And they wouldn't tell
You'd
you.
end up at your grandmother's street that
Right.
you don't know.
Yeah,
And you wouldn't
and-
even know where your kid was.
They wouldn't even tell you that they put them on that bus.
So they got cell phones that year for Christmas.
Yeah, they certainly did. They
I don't know if we
did.
had Life 360, but at least they could call us.
No, we didn't have it back then, but
We're
they
like,
could call
okay,
us.
we like technology now.
We love it. Then it was the tardy.
Oh,
So we get an email
There
or
were more
Miranda
than a few
brings something
tardies.
home in her backpack about Miranda has so many tardies. If she gets one more, she's getting a detention. And we're like, whoa.
yeah, they were all on Wednesdays.
They were on a day where, well, you take it from here as far because you're the one that did the drop-offs
It's not really a story. it was chorus day
at the
at
other
the
school.
other elementary school where
Yeah.
my other daughter went on Wednesdays, and she had to go there first, and you had to wait in the line. They only let few kids out at a time, and you're waiting in the line. You also have to get your other kid to school, and there's not many other towns where things start at the same time. And they did. Middle school starting the same time as chorus, and I had a job to get to. And once I dropped the chorus kid off, I'm flying to the middle school, and then there's another line to get in. And when we say late, it's by like a minute,
Couple
0.2.
minutes, no big deal.
And the teachers on duty started to go in, and then I'd be, behind whoever, and she would get out a few minutes late, and the bell would ring as she was walking down the sidewalk. That was considered the tardies.
Which is ridiculous. I mean, we understand in middle schools, and some kids, that's when the bad behaviors start to blossom. But this was not her fault that she wasn't one of these kids hiding in the woods smoking doobies.
I don't know if anyone was smoking doobies.
In
but
my middle school in Westport, Massachusetts, they were smoking doobies.
in 6th grade.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Head,
put
head of the
doobies.
curve, baby. Head of
But
the curve.
I should have been the one with the detention. I was the one driving, getting her there.
But I don't care what your policy is. She's not staying in a detention with 8th graders who smoke and have mustaches because of tardiness. That's not happening. So we went in there and talked to the principal, and he saw it our way. The vice principal kind of dug her heels in a little bit, which was annoying.
Well, it's probably in its policy. Those are the rules.
And she was very happy to show you her cell phone app where it said all of the bus, because sometimes the buses would get there late.
Yep.
No offense to the bus drivers, they can only do what they can do. The town, this is, I wouldn't say a rich town, but we're not poor. So nickel and diming the bus company because you think you're on the school board and you're the new sheriff in town and we're gonna look at this budget. So now there's probably 2 less buses. So now the kids barely make it, and there's one bus company that has to do 3 schools, and they all kind of start at the same fucking time. So good luck
the
with
bus
that.
drivers already do enough, and
Exactly. So good
they're
luck with
like
that.
aunties to these kids. They take good care of them, and they're going from one side of town to the other. And forget the winter.
Sometimes
You're lucky
you
if
get a
they're
little
going
tardy.
through plowed roads.
Yeah.
Lucky.
So she was happy
you
to show
still
you
get
the GPS. No, it
Okay.
wasn't gonna fucking happen. Not on my watch.
I think we got
Fuck
the letter
you.
that it might have happened.
No, did not happen.
Yeah.
Did not happen. Wasn't going to happen.
Is that really why you threw the tick a few years later?
Maybe it
That
was a
might be
pent
why.
up rage or something from that.
Yeah.
But that wasn't going to happen.
There was another detention that she did serve. Do you remember this one? It was a few years later, that teacher that made them bring in books to silent read, but they were all like a little afraid of her. I was afraid of her, actually. I was
I don't know
afraid
what
of
you're
that
talking
teacher.
about.
Yeah. And she forgot her book in her locker.
She got a detention for it?
Yeah.
Was it
And she wouldn't let her get her book in the locker.
Was it a classroom detention?
So
Yeah.
it's supposed to help with the love of reading. All those kids love the books because she was so mean and scary, and she forgot it in the locker. Wouldn't let her go, so she had to do a detention.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
The other
I'm
kids
sure I was pissed.
who might have been friends of yours would just get a book from the teacher's shelf, just like lean over, grab a book, and pretend that was their book. So they
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
think
to
we had to
serve
teach our
the
kids how to
detentions.
lie and cheat.
Yeah.
They weren't good at it at
Good
first.
strategies. I
We're
admire that.
professionals.
Those were the gifted kids.
We're professionals. We know how to lie and cheat. So we would teach them how to do that.
We
And
were
it would
from
be
the 80s.
they would be very reluctant. I'm not going to do that. That's lying. That's cheating. So we had to teach them how to do that. And now they're good at it. Now they're super good at it.
Yeah.
So
And then you get your 8th grade dance, the 8th grade cruise, lots of stuff the 8th graders do. And then you got that grad.
Yeah.
And we already talked about that last episode, right?
that grad, and we liked it.
It was fun.
We
'cause-
also liked it that they were on the same cross country team for a little bit. They were on the same team for a little bit. That was kind of cool. When they were, I think Miranda quit after like 6th grade, and Avery did it for like 1 year. So they were on the team once.
They
together.
both went to
It
their
was-
first
it was
sleepover
fun.
camp, 4 days, maybe 3
Mhm.
nights, 4 days, and came home 1 year with the bed bugs.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
then one year they came back and the whole bus was puking.
Yes,
Remember
there was
that?
that. It was good
They had the-
times.
Miranda they opened the door. They opened the back emergency door, and kids were pouring out because kids were just puking everywhere. There was a stomach bug that was going around.
We left most of our kids and
they
their
came-
stuff
that
out
was
in the
Avery.
driveway when they got home.
That was
between
Avery.
the
Miranda had the
puking
bed
and
bugs.
bed bugs.
Miranda had the bed bugs, and Avery had the pukey kids.
I want to say Avery had both of that.
I don't think they
Maybe it
had.
was just one
I
kid.
don't think they had bed bugs twice. I don't think we would have sent her.
Good times.
So that was the good things about that. We missed that district. We don't miss that administration in that school, but they're gone. So the principal was a bit of a ladies' man.
With a few of the lady teachers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hubba hubba. Yeah, hot for teacher. Got it bad. Got it bad.
Nice.
It's hot for teacher. So that was middle school. That was kind of I guess middle school is kind of a practice for high school.
Yeah.
So high school for Miranda, I still tried to get her to do a sport. So she, God bless her, tried to do it for me and tried to play volleyball. And they had tryouts with the seniors. And she never played before. Well, no, we played at we played at Brianna's graduation, and we played volleyball in the yard, and she was pretty good. So we're like,
That might
hey.
have been with a beach ball, though.
No, it was a regular volleyball, but I mean, I don't think the net was the right size or anything, but she was like, hey, this isn't so bad. So she went to the first tryout, and the seniors and juniors were there just like spiking the ball, and it wasn't a really good experience, so she didn't do that. So that was the end of Miranda's sports career at school. But she was
Art was her sport.
art and band, so she was good with that. And I would say we learned, probably should have learned it with Miranda, but didn't really learn it until Avery went through, was don't worry about, this would be advice from us, don't worry about taking the honors classes, the college level classes. Don't sweat those. If, take the classes that they're interested in and that they can do well in. I mean, the honors classes are kind of weighted, so you can get with some kids in our school system graduated with like a 4.9 I almost said ERA, a 4.9 GPA, You're like, how can you get that? But you take the honors classes and you get an A, you get a bigger GPA than a 4. So my advice would be don't sweat those. Just take the classes, take the regular classes. If you want to take a mix in
Well,
and
the
honors classes here and there.
The AP classes are tough.
That's the one I'm thinking
There
of.
are kids that have a full boat.
There's honors
of
classes
AP
and there's
classes.
AP
They're
classes.
smarter than us.
which are-
So you know, Rob.
But don't sweat it because I don't think it's going to affect the way you get into college, especially these days. College enrollment's down, so I think they don't really care if you take AP classes anymore.
True, but you want your kid challenged.
But they
Some
can be challenged in
challenging
honors
classes.
classes. What I'm saying is, we know what happened to Avery in an AP Chem and then it's hard to recover from it. And then you don't want to go down that road where you're spending the last 18 months of your freaking school year, both junior and senior year, trying to recover from something that you didn't need to do in the first place. It wasn't necessary.
When you're not going to become a chemist.
You're not going to be a fucking chemist unless you're not going to make meth. Maybe you will make meth. I don't know. But so you're not going to have to do that. So I would say don't sweat those kinds of classes. Take the classes that your kid wants to take. And
they don't have to be in every club. Find their interests. They should find their own interests.
Right.
Or not do clubs.
Right. I think by the time junior, senior year rolls around, they kind of dwindle down to one club or two. So that would be my advice then. And what I miss about the high school was my relationship with the administration there, as opposed to my relationship with the middle school
And the guidance
administration.
department, they're so cool.
Guidance department was
They're like,
awesome.
they become advisors now.
The ladies and
Now that these people are gonna get in their lives and be about like their future.
right,
They were cool.
very invested. I mean, if they weren't, they certainly seemed like they were very invested in your son or daughter getting into the college they want to, being prepared to apply, being prepared to do the interview process,
Or not go to college.
or whatever they choose to do. They were good at it, and the principal and assistant principal were awesome. The ladies at the office ladies had a very special
Oh, your
relationship with
buddies.
them. Yeah.
Why in every school did you have some buddies?
So a very special relationship with because Avery didn't go to school, senior year, hardly ever. So every day I had to call or send an email about Avery's going to be a little late for this, or Avery's not coming for
She
that.
was 18.
She was 18.
That's another podcast. She had
She
plenty
was
of
18.
credits.
She was
Yes.
18. Speaking of 18, the
Yeah.
nurse. So senior year, she's going to Disney with the band to do some sort of musical score training. It's just something they do every other year with the band. It's a cool little trip they do. Avery's 18 at the time. But the nurse and the school policy was if you're bringing any medication from Motrin to Skittles to EpiPens, it has to go, you have to write it up on a form, and you have to give the freaking medicine to the nurse.
You have to get a note from the doctor.
So if you're in it's like Luke Skywalker's fucking ride, and the nurse is in somewhere else, and you need your EpiPen, you're gonna find the goddamn nurse to get your EpiPen. So that's stupid. So I said, "Oh, she has her EpiPen. She'll put it in her backpack." No, you have to give it to the nurse. You have to give it to me. I have to. It's the policy of the school. I'm sorry, we have to have the EpiPen. I'm like, she's 18. She's 18. She will carry her own fucking medicine. She will carry her own fucking medicine. I'm not going to have her throat close up because you're on the fucking Dumbo ride where she's got a cold water allergy over at Splash Mountain.
You're getting mad now.
I was pissed.
Getting good.
I was pissed, baby. I was pissed. Angry Rob was there. And she just insisted. I had to get intervened by the principal who was retiring anyway. He's just like, intervene. He's like, whatever. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything.
Yeah, no one should have known. She should have just snuck it in her pocket.
And that's what we did. And that's what I did for
Saves her life.
Oh, and that's what I did for, and this will be the last story. Senior. So you need to get, every other year you need a sports physical, right? So something happened. We couldn't go to her main doctor to get the physical. Something happened. and it was about to start. The school, the sport was about to start, and they're like, "You got to get the physical. You got to get the physical." So I'm like, "Give me this fucking paper." So I filled it out myself. I looked up all her shots. I wrote it down. I wrote down the physical. I checked off all the boxes, and I bullshitted some fucking signature that didn't make any sense.
That's why you
and I
kept
sent
it
it
from
in.
me. Nice.
I sent it in.
Dr. Faye now.
So I forged the fucking school
Now, I heard a
sports
different
physical.
story. I heard that maybe you guys went to an immediate care and got it done there.
That's what I told you.
Oh,
But
nice.
I forged it. I was sick of this shit. I'm like, what are they going to do? I'm like, what are they going to do? And then what happens? She gets a fucking concussion.
She did. That was her first year.
So I'm like, we're not
She
even going
did,
to need
like,
this. We don't
7
need
years
this
of
crap.
cheer thrown up to the rafters
Yeah.
and stunts and tumbling, and she gets the concussion that year.
in lacrosse. So those were the things that we missed and maybe not missed about the school districts. It's tough to watch the school board meetings in town and see the district getting pounded these days. The teachers are demonized. The administration is demonized. Everybody's anti, they're pro one thing and they're anti another thing. And it's sad to see what the schools are going through, even though I don't really miss them being in the school system at all.
Don't miss homework.
No, don't miss any of that stuff.
Our girls also, like a lot of thousands of kids, had to go through school in COVID.
Yeah.
So there were the Zoom years. Maybe we could save that for another podcast.
You've picked out like 7 different podcasts in this one podcast. Look at you.
That. I get an
Write them
agenda.
down. Write them down, baby.
I don't remember even what
I don't
said.
remember what you said either. So that's because we're in the shitty part of our lives. I can't remember shit. I can't see shit.
It's called CRS.
I can't remember shit. I can't see shit. And I don't give a shit. That's the shitty part of my life right now. So those were the memories of the school district and things we'll miss. And like you said, driving by the schools, especially the high school, 'cause it's right down the street. And it's, it sucks.
And it was just Teacher Appreciation Week, so we should say thank you. A lot of them aren't working at those schools anymore. They're retired or they moved on.
Yeah.
But they were incredible. Thank you for all they did.
99.9% of the teachers that they had were awesome. And we thank you for your service, because it's like pretty much military these days with these freaking kids. So, that's the end of this podcast. So we'll see you next week. We will see you next time in June, I believe is the next one. My birthday's coming up. See, June is the month of Rob.
He thinks it's the month of Rob.
Right, because it's my anniversary. And you can be involved in that too.
I'm in there.
So it's my anniversary, my birthday, Prince's birthday, and Father's Day all in June. So June is the month of Rob, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the presents and all the seafood boils that my girls will take me to. So thanks for listening again. 20-something subscribers, please subscribe, share, comment, like, do all those things for the algorithms that, once again, I do not understand. So we'll talk to you next time. This is Every Waking Moment, the podcast.
I'm a ravenous protagonist, running with the scavengers. None of y'all would be ready for dramatic savageness. I took a break so I could absorb the world around me. And in my absence, the king is what the people call me. I watch the music